Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another edition of Full Court Press. My name is Elliot Georgiadis, and I am joined again by Sartaj, Aujla, and Ben Genet. And to kick us off today, we're going to be taking a look at the Akron baseball team. So guys, how do you think their season is going to shape up? What do you think your predictions are? Ben, why don't we start with you?
Well, right now they're 12-14. They're 4-2 in the MAC, which is not bad. There were some positives and some negatives that I've seen in their last 4 games. John Valek, JT Brubaker, and John Pusatari did a great job on the 3 starts that they had. Valek, 10 Ks. Brubaker, 7 Ks. Pusatari, 7 Ks. They've all went deep. Each of those 3 pitchers went 7 innings. The problem is, you look at the JT Brubaker win. The team won 10-1. He went 8 innings, which is great. The game where Pusatari pitched, they won 2-0, and Valek, they lost 3-2. And then a game against Canisius, they lost 3-2. So here's the issue that you have. Is you take out the 10 runs that they had against Toledo, they're only scoring 2 runs a game.
Sartaj.
I think they're a great talent on this roster, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go more overall picture. We're not worried about the arms in terms of batting, in terms of pitching.
Absolutely not.
The only thing that I'm worried about is up here, and that's mentality. Baseball is probably the most underrated mental sport in all of sports in general. And I look at this team in 2011, 16-37, 2012, 17-38, 2013, 15-37, and then this past year, 28-29 with 1 game away from going to Omaha. Now, that's a good turn around for a team that's been struggling for the past 3 seasons. And one thing with this team is this. Can they really handle success, and can they really handle back-to-back success? This season is really going to define where this team's going to go through the long run. And it all starts up here. If these players know when to really take the challenge, when to really know when to celebrate, and when to get back to work. This is going to be the biggest thing for this team. And if they can, they're going to be back to that 1 game away from Omaha. We might see a different result.
Take a look at a topic we've discussed here on the show before, and that is whether or not they're going to be redoing the jar. We know that at the end of last year they had said that they were going to put that project on hold, but maybe now they're talking about bringing it up again this year. So what do you guys think as far as whether or not we should be building a new arena? Sartaj, let's start with you.
Well, I was able to talk to someone on the committee who was just making that decision, and right now it is on hold with no really news of when it's going to come back up. But one thing is for sure, if you look at James A. Rhodes Arena versus all the other arenas in the Mid-American Conference, I'm going to say the honest truth. We need a better arena. And for this team who has consecutively had 21 win seasons, that is something that no other team in the MAC has even achieved, and I think we're only one of 5 teams that haven't even achieved that win record. And with this, an arena downtown, I'm even thinking not only on the basketball side in terms of our team, I'm thinking also on the industry of Akron in general. You put an arena downtown, it can be a multi-purpose arena. It doesn't have to be the most flashy.
What do you think, Ben?
My problem with the jar is, you can attest to this, you and I have covered plenty of high school games. We've walked into high school arenas that put the jar to shame. I don't think it's appropriate to have a team that has this much success playing in an arena that is as run down, in my opinion, as the jar.
I would agree with you. I don't think anyone, I'm sure no one would disagree that it would not be wonderful, exciting to have a brand new facility. I think the problem is who's paying for it. You know, nobody wants to shell out the cash. I'm not going to be able to sit here and whip out my wallet and write a big check. I don't think either of us are going to be able to do that.
There's so many ways to go around building an arena. Okay, take a look at how they've built arenas in the past in other cities. Through a syntax. They've used, again, taxpayers.
Maybe they should hire our good old friend Ben here to get the
fundraising
ball going on this.
How about they talk to Akron's favorite son and see if he'll pony up some money for an arena?
Well, maybe someday we can wish and hope and pray that we get a new arena here. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much again for giving us your insight, and thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Elliot Georgiadis.